Hello, and welcome to part two of Abigail Freeman, of the Abigail Freeman story. Enjoy. Now, the last we left off, she took a break, which lasted, by the way, like for 18 weeks. Actually, she couldn't wait for 18 weeks because she was crying you know, all the time. She was crying all the time about her circumstances and about her problem that she has in her mind every day. And so, finally, she, after crying in the bathroom for an hour in this day, which was Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday, 17th, 1998. Yeah. Anyway, she just tries to do it. She says to herself, "You're going to do this. You're going to do it right. You're not going to screw this up this time, but you're not going to cry this time. Basically, you're going to finish this. And you're going to finish it right." And so she opens her bathroom door and she goes into her room, or her office rather. And then she sits down on her table and then she writes. Or should I say start writing. And I quote. She says, I I didn't I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to write anymore, and that was why I was crying, which is a lie, by the way. But anyway, she says, and I quote, "So, fast forward to 1936. No, actually 66. Her mom says to her, I was so happy to reconnect with him again," meaning her father. And then she says, I was not, I was not afraid to date him because I knew everything he was since we were kids. And I was happy with him. I knew that he was my guy, and I knew that I was his girl now. And so it was settled. They had gotten to be girlfriend and boyfriend, or boyfriend and girlfriend, rather. She says, and I quote, My mom was, my mom looked at me with with this happy smile, remembering what happened at remembering how they made that decision, she says. Fast forward again to 1969, they decided that they were going to get engaged. So, her dad decided that. She was like, Mom, she was like, my dad told me one time about the decision. He says, I always knew I wanted to, but I couldn't, but every single time I felt so nervous about it. I felt like I was going to die inside if she says no, if she said no. But then, but then I decided that I was going to go for it. You see, I was, he says, I was in a car accident as you know. You see, in 1961, him and his friends were like going joyriding, and then they almost hit a car. And fast forward to 1969, right to 68 rather. In 1968, he decided that he was going to get married to her, and he was going to propose to her. And so, fast forward to 1969, he was so nervous about this. He felt like he was going to die, like she said. And, well, it was so beautiful in her eyes. She says, my mom described it as this beautiful night. Actually, it was 7 o'clock a.m. They had just eaten breakfast with their friends, and at a hotel room because they had a party, a birthday party for their friend who had just celebrated a birthday at that hotel. That's why they're in the hotel. They were celebrating a birthday. She said to Abigail. And then Abigail, and I quote, says, that's, she says to her mom, well, that's kind of romantic, I guess. Anyway, she says, my mom goes on to say, it was so beautiful. We had just gotten back from the breakfast and we were about to go home after the birthday breakfast. And she says, it was not unusual for us to just talk and have a good time by ourselves. It was normal. So we were talking, her mom says, and all of a sudden he starts to cry, and then he says, he takes a deep breath, she says, I have loved you since we have reconnected back in the 50s. Do you remember? She says, yeah. We have been dating for a lot longer than that. For a lot shorter time since we reconnected after after being kids and being not connected as teenagers. He says, and he just goes on and on and on about their childhood and stuff like that. And then finally he proposes. Will you marry me? He says. And then she says yes. They both cried, and that was it. To be continued. She stops writing, and then she starts to cry again. I guess it wasn't over. I guess you never get over those things, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, comment, 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 subscribe, subscribe, subscribe to my channel, Yusuf Evers 98, or Yusuf 98 rather. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.